Queen Nightmare. And I have to do some shout outs to, wait on a second, my computer's completely slow, because if I do it on my phone, it will stop recording. No one wants to do that, right? Then I would have to reread all the things I just read over again. I do love reading, but I like to get it done the first time or I'll get frustrated. So, my internet. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just came back from my dad's and I really love you guys. So I did record a really smutty kind of stuff at the time, but let me go to the shout outs right now. I am so sorry for wasting your time. It is so hard to work everything here, and I really do love you guys, and you are everything to me. You are my fans, and okay, I have a shout out that goes to Lolito. Okay, let me spell it. Laitoet. 123 is the username. And shout out, thank you for the nice comment, and I hope you listen to more of my videos. I really do love hearing from you guys and hearing what you want to say to me. And Abby Cat wanted a shout out as well. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my videos, and I love you guys so much. Let's get on to Wattpad. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. How to wet my nose. Finally, 4 exclamation points. Smut. Today was the day. I'm finally going to bond with Draco. It's all I've done thinking all morning as soon as I wake up. Draco, Drake. Why'd they say Drake? Okay. Draco, babe, get up. Get up for breakfast. I shank. Whoa. Well then. They meant a totally different word, but shank means you know what, but yeah. I shake my boyfriend. Oh my goodness. Let me start over. Today was the day I'm finally going to bond with Draco. That's all I've been thinking about all morning. As soon as I wake up. Draco, babe, get up. Get up for breakfast. I shake my boyfriend, trying to get him up so my stomach doesn't implode. Yes, I'm getting up. I cranky, tired Draco states as he is getting pulled out of bed by Septimus. I am so hungry. I need to fill my tummy. I yell, running out of the room into the great hall. Graveling voices look at me strange and run right into the devil himself. And I run into the devil himself. Hey, the freak even acts like a freak, Ron yelled it in the great hall. Father's head whipped around fast to Ron, already standing up to tell Ron off. Mr. Weasley, 200 points from Gryffindor and a whole month of detention for bullying my son. The whole hall gasped. Snape has never taken away so many points. Now, Severus, we know you are angry, but you shouldn't take it out on my Gryffindors, Albus stated calmly. No, it is wrong. This is wrong, Albus. No one told him it was wrong. They need to tell to all they get punished for not telling Mr. Weasley to stop. They encouraged it. After that, Severus stormed out of the great hall, Septimus and Draco behind him. After talking with Father, Draco and I walk up to our room, back from our father's office, when I noticed my Draco was shaking. I stop and turn toward him, cup his face, and ask, "Babe, what's wrong?" "Nothing," he says, trying to walk away. "What's the matter?" I ask again. He sighs and walks towards me and says, "I'm sorry for worrying you. But I'm nervous for tonight. The bonding. I don't know how my wolf will react and what will happen. It will be fine. We will get through this together." When we get to the room, I walk towards him. "You seem a little overdressed," I whisper, and he moans while I undress him. He holds my bum. "Babe," he pants, undressing me. I run my hand over his chest and start kissing him. He backs me up to go on the bed, where we land in the middle, and starts taking off my pants. Septimus rolls his hands up to explore Draco's body, mapping out the territory. He tried to pay attention to all the spots that caused Draco to gasp and moan, but his mind was so flustered and wound up that he couldn't think straight. "I need you," Septimus whispered into Draco's ear as he licked his earlobe. Septimus thrusted his hips up to reaffirm his statement. Draco cried out wildly when their exposed groans made contact. "What you..." Draco gasped out when a particular hard thrust came from Septimus. Draco automatically grinded downward. Septimus cried out, "Draco!" Oh, that reminds me of a different reading from a person who made fun of this, but he cried out Draco's name. "Take me," Septimus demanded, before he sucked Draco's bottom lip into his mouth, sucked and sucked slightly. He was so scared, not wanting to hurt Harry. A teeny tiny part of Draco's mind felt like he should ask if Septimus was sure, but the rest of his brain shut down and grunted out his agreement. Again, something was telling him that there was something he was missing. Was he supposed to go slow? He tried to concentrate long enough to understand what his mind was telling him, but enough hard thrust from Septimus had his mind blank. What had he been thinking? Oh well. Finally, the smack of something hitting Draco's hand after reaching for the lube registered in his mind. Draco unscrewed the vial and dipped his hand in the liquid. The smell of strawberry registered in his mind. I just don't like a intense strawberry smell, so this is kind of a cringe. But Draco's lifted Draco's half lifted lid eyes. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but the author did not write this well, this part. Draco had his eyes half open to stare at Septimus's lust-filled ones. So as he circled the puckered ring with his looped finger. Why do you say puckered? Please don't. Okay. Septimus closed his eyes with a single digit. Entered him. It felt good. So good. Draco watched the pleasure on Septimus's face, and it spurred him on. When it seemed like Septimus was relaxed, he added a second finger. Septimus inched slightly at the burning stretch of a second finger. He took a calming breath and concentrated on the sensation of Draco doing this to him. That was enough for him to relax. Once he did, he moaned at the feel of those fingers inside him. Draco scissored his fingers and began rapidly thrusting his fingers in and out. Draco watched the entrance Draco watched in a trance at the way Septimus Hole clenched his fingers on the way out. Draco added more lube to his fingers and added a third finger. Why did I say figure? Add a third finger. Septimus stuck his hand at the stretch. Okay. Septimus shook his head at the stretch. He knew this was necessary for Draco before Draco could be inside him, but he was impatient. He wanted Draco now. Damn it! Septimus groaned. Draco moaned at the sound. Fuck. Septimus growled. He hurried up, stretching Septimus. Their monsters are coming out, and he couldn't wait any longer. Draco grabbed more lube, and hurriedly fisted him. Honey, you didn't even put the fourth or fifth finger in. Okay, whatever. And that's more. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm looking too into this. He had to restrain himself from wanting more. Just the simple touch of his sensitive member had almost been enough to undo him. Septimus watched Draco touch himself with envy. God, he wanted that to in him now. He couldn't wait any longer. This was torture. This was torturing him. He was about to growl again. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Draco grabbed hold of Septimus's knees and pushed them further out. He leaned himself up and slowly pushed the head of his cock inside Septimus' well-lubed entrance. When it gave away gave way immediately. He wanted to grin, but couldn't. All the air left him in a whoosh once the tight. Sorry, I'm rereading the sentence and wondering what they actually meant. Okay. Once the air hit him, he was in a dazed state. And also, it hit him with the tight heat of Septimus. Was surrounding the head of his length. I was going to say long member, but okay. It's not my story. Septimus moaned in slight pain and a whole lot of pleasure. When Draco entered him, the finger had stretched him a lot. But Draco was bigger than his fingers. Then he's bigger than his fist as well. That's a big penis. Sorry, I had to think of that. It wasn't as bad as he thought it would be. Each inch that Draco sunk. Why do you make it like it's a ship? You should just say the iceberg instead of the Titanic. Because that sunk. Sorry. I had to make a joke because... Okay. I got back on track. I made a joke and I lost my where I was. Okay. Where was the sunk part? Oh. Each inch that Draco sunk, Septimus let out another brief, breathy moan. When Draco was fully inside Septimus, and his pelvis was pressed up against Septimus's ass, did he still what? Wait, why was there like a question there? That doesn't make sense. Anyways, so tight, so hot. Merlin, he just wanted to thrust, but something told him not to. He didn't want to hurt Septimus. Never hurt him. Septimus breathed underneath Draco. Fuck. He took a moment to get used to the intrusion. This is what he needed. This is what he wanted. Septimus Septimus experimentally clenched. This, delighted at the loud groan Draco let out, but was rewarded with Draco swearing out his name. Before he began to move inside him, Draco couldn't help it. He had to move. He couldn't hold it anymore. Hopefully Septimus was ready enough. Draco leaned over Septimus and placed his hands on the side of his head. Septimus lifted his head to kiss Draco's lips. The kiss was sloppy and wet, but they didn't care. Draco thrusts began to speed up. Soon, Septimus was meeting him thrust for thrust, as best as he could. So good, so big, so full, Septimus chanted, unaware he was doing so. Draco flushed when Septimus' words penetrated his mind. He cursed and began pounding inside of Septimus. That's all he could focus on. He watched his cock slide in and out of Septimus with fascination. Sweat rolled off Draco's temples and onto his chest as he tried to angle himself differently. His efforts were rewarded when loud screams permeated the air. Fuck, Septimus swore. Sorry, my computer got off, so I was so into the story. Fuck, Septimus swore when Draco's last plunge hit something inside of him. What was that? His mind wanted to know but Septimus couldn't be bothered to care. Some tingling in the back of his mind was trying to tell him, but that was unimportant. But when every thrust of Draco's hit the same thing inside him, he wasn't going to last if Draco kept doing this. Draco, Septimus whispered breathlessly. Draco snapped his hips harshly in reply. Septimus arched his back off the bed and whimpered, "So close, so close." Draco sped up at that. He buried his head into Septimus's neck and listened to Septimus' harsh breathing, the slapping of their skin as his thrust became more powerful. Draco could feel the roaring of his blood the closer he got to completion. Right when Septimus was about to come, Draco bit the neck to claim him with his mating mark, and that pushed Septimus over the edge. Draco came by just looking at Septimus's pleasure. When they calmed down, Draco fell to the other side of Septimus, feeling exhausted. "Good night, babe," Septimus said to Draco, cuddling him. "Love you." Holy crap, it's already been 20 minutes. I did not notice that. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I really do want to hear your opinion on what you want to hear next. Because this is not going to last forever, and I need a new story after this. And if you have a favorite you want me to react to, and it can be anything, it doesn't have to be Drarry fan fiction, it can be I don't know, it could be a fan fiction of Harry Styles, I don't care, Dan and Phil fan fiction, or any other YouTuber fan fiction. I like them all, and I would love to hear your opinions about doing another series and what I should do. I was thinking about doing makeup with me in the morning kind of thing, showing you how I get ready in the morning and what I do for my makeup. I love you guys so much. Please do not hate on any of the shout outs. If you want a shout out, please comment down below. And I love you guys so much. Have sweet dreams, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.